Hey, what's up, y'all? Y'all know my slogan. I don't know it all, but I know what I've been through. Now, I told y'all when I hit 1,000 subscribers, I'll be bringing different content and trying new things, right? So I figured I'd do something that I've never done on this channel before, and we'll just talk about jail, prison, whatever you want to call it, and my experience with it. Now, I never told my story, but I did a 1 in 3 in prison for fraud back in 2015. And it was an experience for sure, like for sure. Like it was my first time. I went from doing whatever I wanted to, going to the best restaurants in New York, having women whenever and however I wanted, buying designer sneakers and clothes, all that, right? To being in the jail cell, being told when I could do this and that by another grown man. Now, I think the worst part of it all for me was having to listen to another grown man talk to you any which way he want, and you can't do a thing about it. You can't. And I mean, you can, but all you doing is making matters worse, right? And their number one phrase was, if you don't like it, blame yourself. You came to my house. I didn't come to yours. I remember that vividly, because they used to always say that over. Like probably like 2 or 3 of them used to always say that, right? And it came to me because at the end of the day, they was absolutely right. Like at some point you got to realize, like, yo, they right. I made wrong decisions in which landed me in this predicament. So I'm left to deal with this, and I just got to keep doing what I got to do in order to get home, right? Now, fast forward, I wanted to speak on life after prison with a fraud charge because contrary to what anyone says, I feel that white collar criminals have it very hard after getting out of prison. That's for employment, everyday life, and just like a few things in society, period, right? Now, life definitely becomes harder to me because I remember being young and hearing guys say, yo, once you get a felony, your life is over, whatever, right? And I used to say to myself, yo, they just lazy. Like, they lazy. You see what I'm saying? Like, if they really wanted to get a job or something, they could get a felony. How's a felony gonna stop you? But the thing is this, right? If you aren't strong-willed enough to have that extra fight in you to actually become something, then yeah, your life is pretty much over. Because the thing is this, the government jobs, the city jobs, state jobs, any job that's of any type of, that makes sense, that's going to give you any type of real money, is out the window. Alright, now some people, they get lucky due to their connections and who they know, but for the most part, no. And then it used to be a lot of these guys, after they would come home for jail, they go to do construction, right? And construction was paying good money because you got guys that just came out of jail and they making anywhere from $800 to $1,300. I know people that was coming out making at least almost $1,500, right? Straight out of jail. And that's more than a lot of people that's been out of jail even makes. People that went to college is more than what some of them was making, because they was coming out of college and going straight to Applebee's and Red Lobster and, trying to figure life out after college. But now it changed. It used to be before all you need is your OSHA 10. No. Now you gotta have an OSHA 30. You gotta have an OSHA 10 and an OSHA 30, which add up to, I think it all had to add up to like 60 hours or something crazy like that. Then you gotta have a site safety. Listen, it's just harder now. They're making it harder for convicts and anybody coming out of jail to get any type of jobs, right? And this leads back to fraud. Now, having a felony and fraud, personally to me, is worse than having a felony in any assault or drugs or any of that. Whether it's an assault charge, drug charge, murder. And hear my reasoning, right? Some of y'all might think I'm tripping, but listen, I went through this myself and I've seen enough for myself. I remember almost getting a job at the post office, fresh out. We got all the way to the last part where we gotta do the fingerprint. I passed the group interview, I passed the test, I passed the one-on-one interview. You had to wear a suit to go to the building and there in the city. All that, I passed it, right? We got all the way up into the last part, and guess what happened? I got that call. When they tell you they're gonna call you within a week, I got that call and they told me, yo, listen, I'm sorry, but you didn't get the job. And then when I emailed the lady back, the one that like, why I didn't get the job? I thought I was qualified. You told me everything would be good. She's like, well, listen, your record. I can't have you handling anybody's mail or any type of government documents and this and that, and you have a fraud charge. I'm like, dang, like that would have been perfect. Straight out of jail, I'm getting a state job, a federal job, whatever, U.S., whatever that is, right? I just thought that I was good. I'm like, yo, I'm on to the right track. My first job now, and it would have been my first job too. So now moving along. Now the thing is, right? They tell you this: when you know how, not even they tell you, but when you know how to steal money from the government, especially a large amount, you are considered dangerous. You become a threat. I'm gonna tell y'all, you could do anything in this world, but the minute you hit these guys' pockets, that's where they really start hurting, and they do not like that. Just think, Bernie Madoff. They practically threw that man away forever. He took billions. You see what I'm saying? The government don't play with that money. And shouts out to Sean G. I think his name is Sean Gumby or whatever. He's a guy that went to federal prison on fraud charges because he will help people get back large amounts on their tax returns illegally. He knew things that he wasn't supposed to be doing for people, but he did. He said he would make anywhere between $200,000 to $300,000 a month during tax season, and basically he got caught by the feds for that. And he'll also tell you, and I like the way he articulates himself. He's very smart. Like, before he got into all that, fraud, he had his own, like, he had a real successful, legit lifestyle. Now, I mean, when y'all get a chance, go look this guy up. His name is Sean G. I believe it's Sean Gumby. And he made me realize how hard life could be when you have a felony with fraud. Because me, I'm the type of person, even if you tell me I can't do something, I'm going to do my best to try to prove you wrong. But with the odds stacked against you and things just stopping you and there's nothing you can do, it's out of your control, I didn't really realize that, because I would just keep pushing. Like, I would get denied and I'd be like, I'm going to the next thing. Get denied, on to the next thing. God willing, I found me a job. But now that I look back, I done got rejected from so many places just from having a fraud felony. Now, for one, I'm gonna tell you this: they don't want you to have any debit or credit cards when you're released back into society after doing your time. I know guys who caught fraud cases, and one of their stipulations was to stay away from all computers. He can't even be on a computer. You see what I'm saying? And when it comes to working any job in any type of financial institute, just forget about it. Just forget about it. It's not happening, man. You are considered dangerous. Like, man, listen, it's just hard. And when you think about it, it's like, yo, man, it's just a white collar crime. Why wouldn't they let me work for MTA or drive a bus or TSA or something? But no, unless, like I said, if you have connections, then you might be able to finagle something. But other than that, a felony is a felony. Your white collar felony is just as bad as a murder or assault felony. And it sounds like I'm bugging, but I'm telling you, I've been through it, man. I've been through it. Trust me. And if you guys are fortunate enough to stay out of trouble for 7 years after coming home, you could get your felony actually expunged. But I'm sure even with that, there's some type of gimmick to it. Trust me, these guys play wicked, man. But like I said, the point of this whole video was to bring awareness to anyone that's home or coming home to the kind of life that awaits you when you get out into the real world. It's very limited resources, it's limited jobs when you have a felony, period. But like I stated earlier, it's definitely worse when you have a felony and fraud on your back as well. The word fraud comes with a sense of like you can't be trusted. You see what I'm saying? Because to be a fraudster, that means you stole, and no one likes a thief. And what we all know about thieves, they can't be trusted. No one trusts a thief. And then what ties into being a thief? Being a liar. You see what I'm saying? So fraud, the whole fraud term comes with about 3 to 4 different traits that no one likes and no one wants to accept. And you sitting there thinking that you trying to be all you can be now because you left that lifestyle alone, but nah, that thing follows you. A lot of us don't understand that thing follows you, man. And these are just a few things that you have to deal with, man. Life after prison when you have a fraud charge. If possible, I'd like for some of you to share in the comment box below, if y'all comfortable enough, your stories, and let me know how life been for you after prison dealing with whatever charge you actually have. Now, no one is here to judge you. Hopefully your story can help someone else out, and we're here to encourage the next one and hope for everybody's success going forward in life. Alright, now don't forget to like, comment, share, and subscribe. Hit that bell so you're notified every time we drop new content, and shouts to the Anonymous gang for the continuous support. And y'all remember, man, as long as y'all keep on watching, I'm gonna keep on dropping. I hope y'all like the new content. I'm out.